The time at which a woman stops nursing her baby is a very personal decision. If you've continued nursing your child into the toddler years, then that's great. But it can make weaning extra difficult, whether you were the one or they were the ones that decided it was time to be done. It's hard because it not only has met their nutritional needs and helped them to stay hydrated, it's also been a source of comfort and bonding for both of you. And so you'll have to make sure that all of those needs are fulfilled after you've stopped nursing. So let's talk first about nutrition and hydration. A baby needs either formula and or breast milk until a year of age. That needs to be their main source of hydration. And then after a year of age, whether a baby is breastfeeding or not, they still need to drink 2 to 3 cups total of whole milk daily in a sippy cup with meals. And it's really important for them to get this because it's full of vitamin D and calcium, but especially a lot of fat. And a growing child at that age needs a lot of fat, especially for their developing brains. Other forms of hydration, of course, are water and up to 4 ounces of 100% juice daily. And so these are ways that you can meet your baby's fluid needs as you're weaning from breastfeeding. And then, of course, nutrition should be met by eating square meals, a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also 2 snacks, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. So that one's pretty easy. But the most difficult thing about weaning a toddler is usually the nighttime feeding before going to bed. It's really hard because that's been part of the bedtime routine since they were born, and it's hard to let that go and get a child to go to sleep without it. And so you need to replace that nursing session before bed with something that's going to be comforting and bonding for you both. It could be a new special lullaby that you sing together, or a new special book that you read, maybe a new blanket or a new stuffed animal for them to turn to for comfort. And after a year of age, you can have stuffed animals and blankets in the crib, so that's okay. But you need to do something that's going to replace that. And you may also notice that as you wean a toddler, they may come up during the day and actually ask to nurse. And when they're doing this, distraction is a very powerful tool. The best thing you can do is to divert their attention to something else and put something in their hands so that they're totally distracted and they forgot what they had their mind on prior to that. So hopefully that helps. Now, when it comes to weaning for mothers, it's best to do it slowly, and the amount of time this is going to take will depend on how consistently your child was nursing. Maybe they were just nursing before going to bed, and so it's going to take less time. But maybe they were consistently nursing throughout the day, and if this were the case, it may take 2 to 3 weeks for you to totally wean. And it's best to do it slowly because if you just quit cold turkey, then it increases the chances of you getting engorged, clogged ducts, and mastitis. So what you want to do, if your baby's just nursing at night, then you'll probably be able to just decrease the amount of time you let your baby nurse for a few nights, and then try going all night without nursing your baby prior to going to bed. And in the morning, you may feel extra full, so just manually express or pump off enough milk to the point where you feel comfortable, but not enough that it's emptying the breast and stimulating your body to make more. And then as time goes on, your body will just get the message that it doesn't need to make milk anymore. It may only take a week or a week and a half. But again, if you're consistently nursing your baby throughout the day, you need to cut out 1 feeding every 2 to 5 days, slowly decrease the amount of time you let your child nurse, and increase the amount of time between nursing sessions. And hopefully all of these suggestions and tips are helpful. If your baby is waking up in the middle of the night and looking to nursing for a source of comfort, it's likely that they don't need that extra nutrition or feeding during the night. And so it reinforces their wakings if they get what they want, which is you in a nursing session. So you just need to cut that out entirely, whether you're weaning from breastfeeding or not. And teach them how to self-soothe by letting them cry it out, or by using a more graduated approach. But it will involve some crying, because they need to learn that when they cry, they don't get what they want most, which is you or a nursing session. If crying it out sounds a little bit harsh, then the best thing to do is to just give it 5 or 10 minutes before you go check on your child. And if they're still crying, then go in and just keep the interaction to a minimum. Don't turn on lights, don't pick them up, don't talk really loud and talk as little as possible. Just walk in the room, gently reassure them that you're there. Maybe this is touching their head or their tummy or patting their back, and then just turning around and walking right back out of the room. And they're probably going to scream because you didn't pick them up and do what they wanted. So this time, give it 10 to 15 minutes and then go in and do the same thing. Then give it 15 to 20. and then give it 20 to 30, and just incrementally increase the amount of time you wait before you go check on your child again, and be persistent and consistent about it. And your partner has to be consistent and persistent about it too, so that they don't ruin your efforts. And after about a week or two of doing this, then your child will learn that they're not going to get what they want most, which is you. And they will learn how to self-soothe and to go back to sleep. And it may end the nighttime wakings entirely because they're not waking up anymore for a nursing session. Good luck with it. And if you have more questions in the future for me, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms, and recommend us to your friends and family too.